End. Snow cone mini one shot. So guys, looks like sending pics one. You all make me sick. So anyway, hashtag here we go. You're a true fan if you understand that hashtag. Time for the dirtiest thing you will see in your life aside from digging. Also thanks for 200k views. Ochako woke up feeling awful. Aw man, what happened last night? Ochako thought lying under the blankets. She lifted it up to take a look and she immediately put it back red-faced. Oh shit, Ochako thought. She got on some underwear and she took a look at her phone. How many times did I do it? I must have lost count, Ochako thought, swiping to her pics. She deleted the pics that she had of Izuku and she cleaned up her bed. Gotta trust he deleted what he had. God, I can't believe we did that. She felt so full of shame and this would be on her mind all day long. Afterwards she got dressed for school and made her way to the classroom. Her mind was so cluttered from what she saw that she didn't stop to say hi and she didn't even sit in her right seat at first. Ochako, is something alright? Asui asked, coming over to her. I can't let anyone find out. Ochako thought, looking up to her. Of course. Why do you ask? She put on her usual cheerful look. Both Mina and Toru said hi and you didn't respond. Plus you sat in the wrong seat at first, she pointed out. Oh. Well, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, she made up an excuse. Not really a lie. I didn't get as much sleep as usual, she thought. Well, it's just. I've looked at Midoriya and he seems to be even more nervous than usual and he's tired as well. Asui started to put two and two together. Oh, really? Ochako started to sweat nervously. Did you two do anything last night? ? She asked. What? Of course not. ? She couldn't contain her blush and spread all over her face. I'm not trying to make fun of you two if you did, and I won't say it was wrong either, but y'all are really making it seem obvious. Try to do better before someone like Aizawa or Mina finds out before you get expelled, picked on. Asui gave her advice before moving on. Yeah, she's right. I must do better to hide it. I'm not entirely sure though, it's even against school rules though, but I should keep it a secret, Ochako thought, accepting her advice. During class she looked over at Izuku and it seemed like he had gotten less nervous about it. He looked back at her and gave her a smile before turning back to listen to Aizawa. I hope she's doing alright. We didn't even speak to each other yet. I wonder if she meant it when she said she will show me more later. Oh, that means I'm going to have to show her stuff as well. Izuku's thoughts made him look guilty, but luckily nobody was paying any attention to him. Once school finally ended, the two caught up to each other. Hey deku, Ochako greeted him as they left and headed to the dorms together. Hi Ochako, he greeted back. How are you? She asked. Good. How are you? He asked her back. Good, was all she said. The silence was very awkward between the two. So, do you want to talk about last night? Izuku asked after a brief silence. Well, I definitely enjoyed it, but now it's kinda embarrassing to even think about. Maybe we should just leave it for tonight, Ochako suggested. Why, you still want to go through with it? He asked, a bit surprised. Of course. Do you still want to? She asked. Why, yeah, of course I do. He said. Then let's talk about something else until then, she suggested to her new boyfriend. And so they talked about school and such even after they got there, and they soon split up and did their own things till it was time for their curfew. Izuku settled himself in his bed and his fingers shook in fear and excitement. I hope that this is normal, he thought to himself. If I hadn't said so before, this is in their final year and they're both 18. Hey Ochako, are you there yet? He texted her first. It didn't take long for her to respond. Yes, I'm here and I'm in my room. So do you want to first or should I? She asked in her text. I am not sure. I'm still pretty nervous about this. He texted. Let's warm up to it. Let's just show each other in our underwear first and we go at the same time, okay? She suggested in her text. Okay, sure, he agreed. He took off his soft shorts and threw his shirt on the ground. She took off her shirt and pulled her skirt down and over her legs. They both took their pictures and sent them to the other person. Just like how I remembered, Ochako thought blushing at the pic of Izuku in only his underwear. She's so beautiful, he thought looking at her in a bra and underwear. You're so beautiful, he texted to her. Thank you Deku. Are you ready now? She asked with a text. I hate all of you who voted for this. Yeah, let's do it, he texted. Izuku was nervous but he managed to slip his underwear off and take a picture of his lil mite. Ochako was just as nervous. She took off her bra and took off her panties. She took separate pictures of her boobs and underneath as well. They each took a deep breath and pressed the send button on their phones. Ochako's went through first. Izuku looked at her and he grabbed some tissues to clean up the blood spurting from his nose, but he continued to look, enjoying every detail of her. Izuku's followed right after. Ochako felt herself start to have a nosebleed looking at his lil mite. And despite the little shame they felt, they were taken over more by the lust than anything else. Wasn't as big as I first thought, but that's still impressive, Ochako thought looking at it. What do you think? Izuku texted. It's majestic. What do you think about me? Quote dot. She asked. You're so beautiful and sexy. But we are deleting these, right? Quote dot. He asked. Thank you Deku, I'm glad you like it, and yes of course. And it's getting late, so let's not stay up as long this time, alright? Quote dot. She texted. Good idea, good night Ochako. I'll see you in the morning, was Izuku's final text. Good night Deku, was her final text. I am going to delete this. After I use him, her to help out, they two thought at the same time. Well, I hope you're happy. You have any idea how many times I stopped writing and put my phone for about an hour? Do you? And if you're disappointed that the sending pics didn't last as long as last time, realize all that was left to show was themselves nude. New reading.